We are down to 5 teams remaining here in Waco, home of the Little League Baseball Southwest Regional. We got the home team, the All-Stars from Midway Little League, right down the road in Hewitt, Waco area, taking on the comeback kids from Starkville Little League, representing Mississippi. I'm Lowell Galindo here with the TCU standout, Connor Wanhanen. Another hot, steamy day, and this place is absolutely packed. It's going to be a great environment for a game, which unfortunately will be the last of the summer for one of these teams. As we stand at the end of day number 3, Louisiana is 2-0, Texas East 1-0. They will not play until tomorrow, one game away from going to the championship. And New Mexico and Arkansas eliminated at 0-2. Starkville was on the wrong end of a comeback in their first game. Connor, they turned it around last night.
An instant classic last night after the 2-hour weather delay. Knox Cuvion breaks up a no-hitter in the bottom half of the 5th inning, bringing home the game's first run for Starkville. And just a moment after that, Nolan Rodehaver shooting that ball into left field, bringing home the second run of the inning, taking the lead for Starkville. They held on to that lead in the top of the 6th. And those two getting it done last night. But this is an order, Lowell, that got it done in their first game. They scored 7 runs. You see just what they've done kind of top to bottom. Grady Aldridge down in the 10 spot. He's got a couple of RBIs on the weekend as well.
They will match up against Midway's Lincoln Boston, who's played a fantastic catcher. And we've also seen him so far in 1 inning of work on the mound.
Yeah, he's done a little bit of everything. One of the best mound presences that we'll see in this tournament. Is cool, calm, and collected, as we've seen a lot from this Midway team. That's really what their MO is. Boston looking to get them going in the right direction here in an elimination game.
So the reason why the grandstand here is packed under the shade is because the temperature. It's 92 with 53% humidity, meaning it feels like 109. And I'd hate to say that this is uncharacteristic, but folks, this is just August in Waco, Texas. It is hot. The Starkville boys once again got here early. I love it, though. They're making the most of the moment. They left the park late, got back early, and here we go. Time to go for Jace Abraham and his Starkville All-Stars. Jace grew up in Starkville, loves the Bulldogs, and loves his Starkville Little League squad. Chaney Morgan leading off. First pitch breaker in there by Boston. Pierce Simsky, his catcher. Chaney is 1 for 4 through 2 games. Opened up with an 8-7 loss against Louisiana, a game in which they led 7-1. Came back last night, beat Arkansas 2-1. And that was after a 2-hour and 9-minute weather delay.
An unofficial statistic, but these boys from Starkville, their families, their friends that made the trip, they've got to lead this tournament in time spent at the ballpark.
Absolutely.
Unofficial. We can check that, I think.
Here to play ball and watch all of their competition here in Waco. Slow roller. Boston fields it at second base and a little glove flip. That was nice.
And if this is your introduction to Lincoln Boston, it really sums it up. We talked about how cool, calm, collected he is. How about just get off the mound, little glove flip over there. Guy's been stellar behind the plate. We've seen him at shortstop as well, not doing it on the glove.
Ace Creditor was like, I can get that for you. So a challenge here by Jace Abraham. And why not? You have unlimited challenges until 2 are unsuccessful. Then you lose that ability until extra innings if a game goes there. And I don't think he is going to win that challenge.
I don't think so, but I'm not mad that we get to see this play a few more times by Boston. See the flip over there? Yeah, about a half step into the glove of Owen Leal.
Okay, hold on. What are the Midway All-Stars doing? What's going on now? They've dropped their gloves and they're going into the dugout.
Are we taking a coordinated water break?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, they've been out there for all of 5 minutes. Nakonas, Wilsons, Rawlings, All-Stars, all over the playing surface here at Marvin Norcross Stadium. This is like old school baseball, like back in the 40s, where in between innings, the fielders would just throw their gloves down behind the infield dirt and left them there while the other team was in the field, flipped gloves out and did it again. But here's a look at that replay, and that is clearly going to stand as called on the field. Now the Midway All-Stars are back.
Just a little quick shot.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's day 3. These guys have been out there for a long time.
Now we're playing with the rosin bag.
Yeah, we've talked about the environment, too. This is the 3rd game for these teams. Familiar with the stadium, the sights and sounds, the cameras.
The nerves are obviously getting to them right now.
Correct, yes. Seems very tight at the moment. Yeah, why not one more look at the play?
Very nice by Lincoln Boston. All right. Call stands.
The play stands as called.
So one down.
The third baseman, number 21.
And this is Liam Gautreaux. So Starkville, Mississippi will have one more unsuccessful challenge until they lose that ability. And this 6-inning affair, Gautreaux swinging through that, strike number 1. Goaty, that's one heck of a nickname. Goaty is 1 for 3 in 2 games. Boston off his glove. The recovery by Crater in time. Fantastic.
Now, if there's been a theme here in Waco so far, it's been defense. See Boston, already see how athletic he can be off the mound. This is a heck of an adjustment at second base by Ace Crater. You see when the pitcher deflects the ball or interferes with the way that it's going. A lot of times that causes infield singles because you've got to redirect your motion. Nice job by Crater to get it done.
Here's Taze LeGrand. He's going to be the pitcher for Starkville. That's out, and it's 1-0. The waffles. I don't know if I'm loading up on waffles in this heat before a game. You had a great story about eating too much barbecue earlier before one of your games at TCU.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Tuesday nights was Wild Wild West as far as what was going to be on the menu pregame. And you put a barbecue buffet in front of a bunch of 18 and 22-year-olds with no limits on. It's not going to go well. That makes for some upset stomachs in the on-deck circle.
You almost had to ask to be substituted from the game.
I'll tell you this. I have never disliked diving back into first base on a pickoff attempt any more than that evening.
Here's Waffles. Taze LeGrand. Strike 3. Boston. A dominant first inning with a pirouette as well. There is Matt Simsky, manager of the Midway Little League All-Stars from right here in Waco. He's a Waco guy. Played Little League at Midway before going to San Jack and then Baylor as a catcher. His lineup is loaded, and it starts with Lincoln Boston, who's 2 for 5 with 3 driven in this tourney.
Yeah, you talk about how he's done it all. Roman Ryan leads the tournament in total hits, though, with 4. He's scored a few runs, has a double of his own. Pierce Simsky in the 3-hole with a couple of doubles. This is an offense that came out firing, effectuating the 10-run rule in their opening game. They're looking to get back to that form here today.
Yeah, beat New Mexico 10-0 in the first game. An 8-1 loss to Texas East in their second game. Taze LeGrand will toe the rubber with the Starkville Little League All-Stars. He's 11 years old. And yes, we've mentioned it, waffles were engulfed this morning. Boston will lead off. Starkville has a really good catcher in Easton Jackson, who is the pitcher for Starkville last night. And that almost got Lincoln. That will wake you up if he already wasn't. And I think from the way he was hopping off the field moments ago, Lincoln Boston is locked in, ready for the moment. Boston is considered the most polished of this loaded Texas West squad. That's in there for a strike, and it's 2-1.
That's what you love about the Little League game. You come out, complete game last night for Easton Jackson. He's behind the plate today. Got to be nimble at this level.
And arm motion from Taze LeGrand really whips that right arm through. And a 3-1 here to Boston. Off the hands and foul. Full count here from Taze LeGrand to Lincoln Boston. Final game of the third day of this Southwest Regional. And the third elimination game here. That's by Boston. Strikeout number 1 for Taze LeGrand.
You can see LeGrand being really deliberate so far, trying to get the feel for the mound, settle in out there. You already mentioned ball dropping down to that high three-quarter type arm slot. Important for these Midway All-Stars to really get a look at where that release point is coming out of the hand of LeGrand.
This is Roman Ryan. He has been one of the most impressive players here among the 7 teams that started in this Southwest Regional. Breaking ball in, bottom of the zone, strike 1. He has shown the ability to get on with infield hits, drag bunts. He's got the rag going on a hot day, and also showed some real pop, driving one to the outfield for a double.
Got a little quarterback towel going back there.
Do we have mismatched socks, or is the right foot an ankle brace?
Looks like
that's a brace. Yeah.
We got a brace. Good call out there.
I mean, I'm not hating on it if you go mismatched socks. It's part of the swag, whatever gets you right to perform, and Roman certainly has done that.
And we were talking about what the hotel rooms probably look like for all these guys at this point.
So finding a matching sock would be a real challenge. So first year, the players have been allowed to wear some of that drip in jewelry and Little League play, which I love. They see their heroes rocking it in the big leagues. Should be able to do it here. Popped up. Patrick, long run, and it falls between him and Knox Cuvion. That was amazing. The kids want the ball. I think that Penn was trying to give it to him and ends up throwing it into the bullpen.
A little too juiced on that one for Penn Patrick over at first base.
But the reaction was priceless from those kids. Ryan is down. Back-to-back strikes by LeGrand.
Well, look at Taze LeGrand climbing the ladder with this one. Exactly what you're looking to do there. With 2 strikes, trying to raise the eye level and get the chase if you can. And he gets it for his second punch out.
Here's Pierce Simsky. We're going over the knee high socks. I know you're a fan. Simsky rocks it to left, but the play is made by Colin Lewis. Well, so far, we've all been on the same page, hitting our targets, except for Patrick. picks up the foul ball. His fan club wants it. Go get it! Interesting road for Starkville, Mississippi. Thursday, they were on the wrong side of the third largest comeback win in Southwest Region history, but then they bounced back to get their third comeback win as a Little League here in the Southwest Regional, defeating Arkansas 2-1, despite the fact they were no-hit through 4 2/3. And then, much different when it comes to Simsky in Midway, got the run rule win against New Mexico Thursday, and then Texas East handed them the 8-1 loss on Friday.
That's really been all or nothing for the local team here from Hewitt, Texas. Coach Simsky looking on. That's why it's so important to get off to a fast start here.
Number 17, Easton Jackson.
Here's Easton Jackson, who pitched a complete game last night. Jackson and Jack Spear for Arkansas both pitched complete games. First time both starters threw complete games in Waco since 2015, and both were outstanding. That is up from Lincoln Boston. 1-0 to Easton Jackson. Looking for that first hit here in Waco. Are we going with the Kona Ice bounty for the home run?
Oh yeah, it's got.
I mean, are you willing to fork up and pitch in for a Kona Ice for the first player to leave the yard?
I'm going to invest for the people.
So we have yet to see a home run here in the Southwest Regional. We've been calling for it, making bold predictions. 200 feet all the way around.
You know, we got some intel between games too. There might be a little more breeze out there than what the flag actually shows.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I agree.
So no home runs in 7 games. 2021 and 23 had 4 total. That was the fewest. Leadoff walk issued to Easton Jackson.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 7, Knox Kuvion.
If I give you 10 pitches right now, no warm-ups, how many are you hitting out?
5.
5. I'll put a Kona Ice on it.
Well, that's okay. Actually, though, great question. Who's pitching? And what's the situation?
Yeah, if it's me pitching, you've got no shot because I can't throw BP to save my life. Up the middle. And 2-1 by Crater. Jackson moves up to second.
5 also assumes that you don't tear something on the first couple.
And at your advanced age, that definitely has to be a concern, right? This guy can do it. Nolan Rodehaver. His dad used to hit bombs at Indiana. To the left side. Going for the lead runner is Ordonez. The fake out. Jackson in the run down. And the play is made. Rodehaver stays at first. That is a heads-up play by Ordonez.
Well, this defense just continues to be such a high level. Ordonez at shortstop, recognizing that the base runner Jackson takes off, and then as a base runner at second base in that situation, it's not a forced play. You've got to make sure that that ball's hit either at you or behind you. This one just a little bit of a lapse in judgment, takes off, but Ordonez capitalizing on. That's great defense from Midway.
And you could hear the boys shouting ball, ball to make sure to call for it when they wanted the ball thrown. They were replacing bases.
And at the end of the day, they keep Rodehaver at first base. You can't do it any better on the defensive end.
Pounds living up to the last name with a knock to center. George Pounds, his first hit here in Waco. They didn't have to wait nearly as long today to get that first hit of the game.
Yeah, look how flat it is, right back up the middle, staying all the way through the baseball. You just love watching those line drives hit right back up the box.
Patrick trying to cash in here with 2 on and 2 outs. Up the middle to center. Rodehaver will be stopped at third, and the bases are loaded after back-to-back knocks by George Pounds and Patrick.
A little bit of a rally getting going here with 2 outs. For Starkville, 2 hits and as many pitches.
Number 12,
Pounds, then Patrick.
Thompson.
First real scoring opportunity here so far this afternoon.
Hayes Thompson well hit to left field, tracking back and making the catch on the run is the speedster Roman Ryan, continuing the brilliant outfield defense on display here in Waco.
Look and run back on it. He goes to get it. Roman Ryan doing everything.
Mississippi got a couple of hits, loaded the bases, but couldn't push one across. Bottom of the second, no score here. This is an elimination game with the Starkville Little League All-Stars and the All-Stars from right here in Waco. Storied Midway Little League. Hot, 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 as you would expect this time of year. And there are not many open seats available. But man, those metal bleachers, gotta get the heat gun on that.
The third baseman, number 99,
The umbrellas on this day a must. Blaine Vardaman leading off. He's drawn 3 walks through 2 games. A 1-2-3 inning for Taze LeGrand to start this thing off, and that is ball 1 to Vardaman. Hitting in the 4 spot with big time juice, favorite player Aaron Judge. That's why he wears 99. And we already have one prediction from the production truck that Vardaman will be the dude to hit the first home run. Oh, goodness. Up the middle. Did that clip Taze LeGrand? That had a vapor trap.
It sure did. If it didn't clip him, it got close. Get a look at this. Perfectly on time is Vardaman, just a shade on top of it. Otherwise, it could have tested that wall in center field.
46 feet away. We talk about what that means for batters. How about what it means for pitchers and the reaction time to get out of the way of something like that? It's where instincts just kick in, take over. First hit for Midway. Here's Ace Crater. Crater is 1 for 2. Pulling back to bunt. Crater wants to be a Sports Center anchor. Not a bad gig, my man.
You see Crater going back to the bunt against a little bit of a late show there. Got hurried up, especially if you're bunting in a sacrifice type situation. You want to locate, then vacate. Get the ball to the ground before you take off out of the box. We'll see if Midway sticks with the plan, trying to get Vardaman into scoring position.
Softly hit in front of Jackson, who makes a play. It's Taze LeGrand showing off the gun over to first. That is not easy.
Well, it's a swing here, but you could not have rolled a bunt out there better. Taze LeGrand already has that three-quarter style arm slot, so he's comfortable right there. That's well done by Starkville. Just another fundamentally sound defensive play here by these Southwest Regional participants.
Vardaman moves up to second for Byron Smith, the second. He's 1 for 4, driven in 2. To center. Dropping it right, I should say. And that is the second hit for Smith in his hometown. First and third, 1 out.
Now look at this. You get a look at the Texas leaguer right here in the state of Texas. Byron Smith just finding the green space. Sometimes not how hard you hit, it's where it goes.
That's going to bring up John Hayes, his dad, Sam, down the first base line. Sam Hayes and Matt Simsky are law partners and coaching these boys since they were actually in T-ball, started coaching their sons together. That's the cool thing about Little League. Some of these boys have been playing for longer than they can remember. And playing with their buddies, growing up together. And this is one of the big payoffs. There will be many in their baseball careers, but this is certainly one of them. Hayes gets Midway on the board. 1-0 Texas West.
We talked about, Lowell, how good this Midway offense can be. They came out firing in their first game of the tournament. Hayes shoots this through the left side. It's a good attempt at the shortstop position, but he picks up his first RBI of the tournament, second hit for him. And how about that? After knocking in a run, you get to high-five Dad over at first base.
That is pretty cool. Unless you're mad at your dad in the moment. Here's Owen Leal. We're going to get this guy to smile. He's got a double, driven in 2. Power arm, power bat. Made some great defensive plays at first. Three hits this inning by the Midway All-Stars. And a double play turned by Rodehaver, the hero of a night ago. Doesn't matter if his pants are ripped. He's going to make plays.
Right place, right time for Rodehaver, taking it all the way himself. 1-0 Texas West.
You have to have versatile players in postseason baseball, and Nathan Ordonez certainly is that. From shortstop to catcher. Pierce Simsky moves from catcher to shortstop. And we've seen Ordonez play both middle infield spots, catcher and pitch.
He's done it all well, too. That's the impressive part.
Grady Aldridge will lead us off here in the top of the third. We play 6-inning games in the Little League. And he looks at ball 1 from Lincoln Boston. Grady wants to be an archaeologist. That's pretty cool. Popped up. And the catch is made by Roman Ryan.
It's going to take a pretty good poke to get it past Roman Ryan out there in left field. We've seen him and Byron Smith be two of the best in this tournament about working back on the baseball, commanding the outfield well.
So an archaeologist followed by an architect, and Aldridge to Abraham. Fouled back.
Now batting number 4, Caden Abraham.
Down 0-2. What does Lincoln Boston want to go with here? 0-2. And that is strikeout number 2 for Boston. Want your child to experience the teamwork and fun of Little League baseball or softball? Visit playlittleleague.org and enter your address to find a Little League community program near you. There's the All-Stars from Lamar Little League in Richmond, Texas. That's the Houston area. They looked really good opening up with the win against these Midway All-Stars as Colin Lewis swings at the first offering from Boston. Because of the quirky draw that you have to have when it's an uneven amount of teams, like 7 here, if Texas East wins tomorrow, they go straight to the championship game, 1 win away from going to Williamsport.
There are the boys from Lamar Little League. It's getting to crunch time here in Waco. It's when that tournament field really starts to take shape. These guys get comfortable with the situations we've been talking about.
Well, Lincoln Boston is comfortable. It's a confident walk off the mound, as it should be after back-to-back strikeouts.
1-0 Texas West here in Waco, Texas. Elimination game as we go to the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Taze LeGrand on the bump, but go back to his 2nd inning. Had every reason to be a little rattled in his shoes after this. Blaine Vardaman shot one right back up the middle, but the next batter making a play coming off of the mound. A strike over to first base, and then Nolan Rodehaver, right place, right time, able to corral the liner, get the double play. LeGrand is happy. He can get himself back into the dugout. See what he's done over his 26 pitches, a couple of punch outs, out for his 3rd inning of work now.
No walks, so the control has been there. Here is Hugh Hess. And he falls behind 0-1. Hugh's older sister just won a state championship for softball at Midway High School and will be a freshman on the Baylor softball team. Oh, that is a beauty. LeGrand makes the play. Okay, kid.
Man, there is nothing that makes you more frustrated as a good bunting hitter than a pitcher that can get off the mound like this and take a hit away from you. Just get a look at LeGrand. See, the first step is immediate. He recognizes that the hands are going up the barrel of the bat. He can get off after he throws a strike, and then another bullet to first base. Almost a carbon copy of what we just looked at.
I think you have more time to make that play in college baseball
100%
than you do right here. Off speed to Cal Turner.
What do you think Cal likes to organize?
Baseball cards. Maybe his room. Anything. Did you collect cards growing up?
I had a stash of them, I think, like most kids that played the game did. It wasn't organized.
Was anything organized?
It wasn't organized. I like to think of maybe above average on the organized spectrum.
Far below average for me. Drop 3rd strike. Easton Jackson will try to recover, but will not be able to in time. And Turner is on. I just don't get the 3rd strike, drop 3rd strike rule.
The catcher,
It's tough because you feel like you as a pitcher get penalized for throwing a good pitch like that. That was a well-executed breaking ball. Easton Jackson just not able to fully get that glove on it. And we talked about how little time there is just between with the 60-foot base paths. If that ball squirts far enough away, it's going to be really tough to make a play on it as a catcher.
Here's Ordonez. But does anybody like that rule? Because you reach first and you still know you struck out.
That is true. Yeah, it doesn't count as a hit. It's still an 0 for 1, and then you got to run the bases.
You just want to go back to the dugout. Yeah. Think about the next AP.
Worst possible scenario. Drop third strike. Guy picks over. You got to take it off the rib cage, and then you get caught stealing at second base.
Wait, that never happened.
Just
to
a
you.
Tough slot. No, I just made that up completely right now.
Yeah.
That's not fresh on the mind.
With barbecue in your belly. It looked like Mario Martinez wanted to call that a strike. Our volunteer umpires have done a phenomenal job this week. We appreciate their dedication. There's pitch number 35 on the day for Taze LeGrand. And it's 3-1. Collecting himself, certainly in control of his emotions. And that is ball 4.
Look at Ordonez. Hard 60 out of the box. He made a turn around first base there just in case. He almost ran out of his cleats there.
Clayton Wagner.
And here comes Starkville's Jace Abraham. So let's get into pitching availability for Starkville Little League. This certainly becomes a factor when you're playing game number 3. Cheney Morgan threw 57 on Thursday. He is eligible to return and pitch on Monday. Easton Jackson had the complete game performance with 81 last night, so he will not be allowed to return for the remainder of this tournament. And as we've talked about these previous elimination games, the real number you're paying attention to, if your pitcher is healthy and in a good spot, is 85 pitches, which is the max you can pitch on a single day.
You're getting to that point where the eligibility requirements are there, as are different thresholds that we've been talking about, but you're so focused on winning this game. You've got to get to tomorrow somehow.
Strike 1 to Clayton Wagner, hitting in the 12 spot. And if you are going to reach the championship game following a loss, especially an early loss like Starkville suffered, you have to have pitching depth. And most of the boys on all of these teams have pitched at some point for one of their teams, whether it be in postseason play or regular season play. Here's the 0-2. Taze LeGrand delivers, and that's strike 3. 2 down.
Wow, this is just pretty out here. You see Easton Jackson setting up outside, hit the glove, Taze LeGrand. Maybe a shade outside of the black there at home plate, but when you're up in the count, that's the spot that you're looking for. Well done up there.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Lincoln Boston, LeGrand's counterpart on the mound, struck out his first time up. That's an awesome spot there. It's good luck charm at his special handshake with his dad, Brian. And there's some knucks for Easton Jackson as we have a courtesy runner. You can do this with 2 outs for your pitcher and or catcher. So Ordonez is going to head back to the dugout get his gear on as Fagner, who is the last out, will take his place on the bases. 0-2.
You can see he's really starting to get comfortable without that outside corner to these right-handed midway hitters. Yeah, if you're Taze LeGrand, it's not broke. Don't fix it here.
Oh. I would love to hear what this conversation is about.
A little gamesmanship going on. A little bit of a late time call.
Yeah. I mean, these boys, I don't know if that's what's going on, but they are savvy enough where that is certainly in the realm of possibility. You going to play games with me? I'll play games with you. 0-2 to Lincoln Boston. A little up there. Oh, and a mini stare down from Taze LeGrand.
You could tell he wanted to go right back to that heater over the outside corner, and he sticks it outside black. Way to go, Taze LeGrand.
We are into the top of the fourth of this elimination game between Mississippi and Texas West. The Midway All-Stars from here in Waco with a 1-0 lead over the All-Stars from Starkville Little League. On a hot, humid day, as has been the case in the previous 2 days here in Waco. Lowell Galindo with Connor Von Hanen. That is a must. Got to bring the rechargeable fan with you. And stay cool in this heat.
We've seen more and more of those popping up over the last couple days. That local Home Depot's got to be out.
Here's Cheney Morgan leading off. First pitch and a swing and strike. Our crew has been amazing, by the way. Some long days. Yesterday was extremely long. I think everybody getting here, what was it, guys, around 7 a.m. yesterday? Getting out after 9. After we had that 2-hour-plus weather delay. No rain, by the way. And the weather never looked nasty over the stadium, but lightning strikes and the surrounding area that were within the radius to cause a delay. And you know what? The teams that came out, Arkansas and Starkville, ended up treating us to one of the best games that we've seen. What's up, guys? Out in center field. Yeah. Here's the 1-2 from Lincoln Boston. And Boston gets the strikeout. Change it up a little bit. Punch number 4 for Lincoln.
And you can see it's a true 3-pitch mix. We've seen the heater from him. He's brought the breaking ball in there, but it's a beautifully executed changeup down below the strike zone. It's out of harm's way. He starts it high enough to get a swing over the top.
These kids are pretty cool, man.
It's awesome.
Like the moment does not look big to them. I can't recall any errors that you could chalk up to being because the moment was too big.
No.
Liam's dad, Jake, 14th overall pick in the 01 Big League draft after a stellar career at Tulane. Longtime assistant coach in Starkville with the Diamond Dogs, won a natty. And after the coaching change is now on his way to become the hitting coach at East Carolina. And that's something that is not lost on these coaches here for the Starkville Little League program and the boys. They know that it's life, and it's now a matter of time before Liam also makes that move with his family to Greenville, North Carolina, as Boston gets a strikeout. Because so much of this, especially at this age, is about the lasting friendships.
The pitcher, number 5.
You're absolutely right about that. We've talked about the time in the hotel room, the travel to get here, guys coming in from different states and different parts of the state of Texas as well.
Here's LeGrand. And that's also motivation for all these boys. Let's keep summer going. Let's stay together. Keep playing to give us a chance to go to Williamsport. Yeah, maybe we miss a little school too if we go play in the Little League World Series. That's always a plus. Let's just be real. Hashtag education first.
It's student athlete low in that order. But that is something that's talked about too, and even at the collegiate level, it's hey, can we earn another day together? Can we earn another tournament that we get to do this thing?
1-2. And that is fielded in foul territory, but that is a heck of a throw by Pierce Simsky, who's now back behind the plate.
That is a shortstop playing catcher if I've ever seen one.
Some of the angles that these guys are making throws from is uncanny for this age range. What we saw from Simsky, LeGrand a couple times now off the mound, it's not like his body is in a great throwing position. With so much arm talent on these young dudes, just make the play. That's just athleticism taking over. There's no drill that you can do over and over that's going to replicate that. Boston strikes out the side.
Well, 3 strikeouts coming into the inning for Lincoln Boston. 3 more here in the top of the 4th. Continues to train, 6 total for the game now. 1-0 Texas West.
Lincoln Boston and that guy, Taze LeGrand, going at it. 5 hits combined, 11 strikeouts combined, and the pitch count very much in the range where both LeGrand and Boston could go the distance. Lowell Galindo here with Connor Wanhanen, who says he is as fast as Roman Ryan. You said that, right?
You're putting a lot of words in my mouth here this afternoon. I don't know. You've seen Roman Ryan run?
Yes, I have. I've not seen you run, though. But you tell me you're pretty fast. Roman Ryan can scoot. It is fun to watch him.
Burner out there.
A mile high. Ben Patrick makes the catch. Easton Jackson, you could hear the catcher saying, got room, got room. 1 down. Great communication. That's the other thing about these kids. Not just playing the game, but the attention to the details, the little things they do so well.
You know, a lot of these things that we've seen, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, that level of communication, right? But what that tells you is how present you are in this moment for each of these guys. The fact that Easton Jackson's able to talk to his first baseman. These guys are all in sync.
Hot shot. Gotro makes the play.
You just mentioned pitch count low, but LeGrand here in this 4th inning doing a great job keeping that right where it is. Already a couple outs, but now you got to deal with Blaine Vardaman.
He took one nearly off LeGrand the last time up. Blaine Vardaman likes to play video games. I'm sure there is a creative player in MLB The Show 25 named Blaine Vardaman that has 99 power. Not going to go for that one.
He looks like he wants a cone of ice.
He wants all the syrup.
He's got the swing.
Yeah. There's the cone of ice. Again, amazing technique.
All you got to do is put one out.
Yeah,
and
it's
that
yours.
is yours.
Courtesy of Connor and me. Of course, if that is legal, they would hate for Texas West to reach Williamsport, and they're like, by the way, Plain, you're ineligible because you took a free cone of ice from the ESPN broadcasters. Get after it, young man.
Again, the technique to break it up. On the field and off the field, it's been high level here in Waco.
You are certainly right. And necessary. You need that cone of ice. Instead, it's Taze LeGrand spotting and dotting through 4, 1-0. Texas West with the lead. Find Little League on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at the official handles at Little League. And don't forget to use hashtag LLWS. On Tuesday, we will send one of the 5 teams remaining to Williamsport, Pennsylvania for the Little League World Series. By the end of this game, that field of 5, which started off at 7, will be down to a final 4. Easton Jackson leading off. Starkville Little League looking for some 5th inning magic like they got last night. There will be no hit into the 5th when Knox Cuvion, the next batter, broke up the no-no with an RBI double to tie the game. Rhoda Haber, who will be up after Cuvion, then gave Mississippi the lead. There's Cuvion, waiting for his shot. But first, the moment belongs to Easton Jackson. Boston shaking off everything. Boston to Jackson. It's 1-2.
It's just so composed. You look at, he is in complete control of everything mentally out there on the mound, but in no rush, wants to work at his own pace.
Trying to clip that top of the zone, didn't get the call.
He's not afraid to show a little emotion out there either. He'll change the leg kick a little bit. See him fight for that call there. 2-2. See if he dials up a heater.
Yes, but it runs in. On his 50th pitch of the afternoon, we play 6-inning games into the top of the 5th. 85 pitches is the max in a day. Full count to Jackson. And Boston wins that one. 5 straight strikeouts.
Is that a little mini sword that he just gave?
Actually make that 6 straight
Look at
strikeouts.
it. Look for it. There it was.
Oh,
he sure did. He sure did.
With a little subtlety. And Simsky to the mound. So Byron Smith will be the pitcher, as this move will make Boston eligible to return after 2 days rest, meaning he could pitch in a championship game on Tuesday. New pitcher coming up.
Hot by the second baseman. Wow, what a play! Oh, it's perfect. Right there, he's going to win the Little League World Series championship.
That's what we're playing for Tuesday. A team will earn that right to advance from the Southwest Regional to the Little League World Series in Williamsport. Lowell Galindo here with Connor Von Hanen, and a pitching change now as Byron Smith is a two-time state champion quarterback. At what level, I do not know, but a state champ nonetheless, with an electric arm, goes to the mound, and that wraps up the day for Lincoln Boston after 51 pitches. Now, a couple ways to look at this. If you're looking at the long game, Boston could come back and pitch Tuesday in a championship. But he is dealing right now with 6 straight strikeouts. Off the glove of Smith, and the play will not be made in time. And Cuvion, the guy that got the rally started at this point last night, is off.
Well, we just talked about this a little moment ago. Sometimes those balls that are deflected by the pitcher, they become infield hits like this. You know, your natural reaction as a pitcher is going to be to try and stab at that ball. Sometimes you just got to let the infielders take it behind you. Cuvion will certainly take it, though. Mississippi looking to get things going. It's a part of their order that can do it.
Here's Rhoda Haver. Ball 1. Favorite MLB player, Schwarber. I can see the cop. Hit hard. Double play opportunity. Simsky turns it in time. Boston, Simsky, Liel. That's how it's done.
1-0 elimination game. As big a moment as it gets. And how about this smooth turn? Defense on display here in Waco. Now, bottom half of the 5th inning here in Waco, Texas. Elimination game. Mississippi versus Texas West. Taze LeGrand still on the bump. He's had himself a day. Getting off the mound and fielding his position not once but a couple of times. You see the bullet off him. This is a different play, Lowell, but it looks exactly the same. He's able to repeat it. The athleticism that he's able to do it, and then not to mention bringing the heat. He's been peppering that outside corner. There's a few of his punch outs and has been wearing out that outside black here. 50 pitches, the 6 punch outs that he's got, just 3 hits.
So you got one team in Texas West from Midway that's been involved in 2 blowouts, 1 win, 1 loss. And these Starkville Little League All-Stars who are in their 3rd straight nail-biter. Lost their opener by a run. Won last night by a run. Trail here by a run. Crater leading off, trying to do his best Seager impersonation. Winner plays Oklahoma tomorrow at noon local.
A lot at stake here in this bottom half of the 5th inning. This is insurance time for the boys from right here in Waco. Midway All-Stars. You're looking to extend that lead as much as you possibly can. But that guy right there trying to keep this a 1-run ball game. He's been fantastic for Starkville. Back-to-back outstanding pitching performances for him.
It was Easton Jackson last night. Today it is Taze LeGrand. Really impressed, though, by the fact that Starkville is still here. It would have been easy for them to pack it in and come out last night feeling sorry for themselves after watching that 7-1 lead slip away in their opener against Louisiana. That was anything but the case. Hard nose from the jump after a long weather delay before the start of the game last night. And that tied up Easton Jackson. And Mississippi is probably fortunate that that was not a drop third strike.
And you actually saw Ace Crater take off towards first base just in case. Looked like that one got far enough away. It would have been trouble.
Trying to drop the hammer. That's awfully close to take with 2 strikes. But Crater does have a fantastic eye and control of the strike zone. Confident kid.
See the big breath there from Ace, trying to slow things back down. 7th pitch of the AB coming up.
Hit him in the head. Oh, he's fired up. You can't hurt me.
Get a look at this. That is an immediate reaction. That is definition of an ear hole on this one, and now you're glad that he's okay. You see how close that is, and we laugh about the reaction, but Ace Crater.
Number 14.
How about that moxie over there on first base?
You're right, though. I mean, that is a sliver away from being a very, very scary situation. Here's a scary situation at the plate. Byron Smith.
Well, don't you think Byron Smith is trying to help himself out here?
Wants to be a NASA engineer. That is awesome. Amazing baseball player, quarterback, and future NASA engineer. That's the trifecta. I mean, as a parent, that's the kid that you're trying to raise, right?
Man, you're just trying to get out of the way. I don't want to slow you down, son.
Maybe overthrowing a little bit there is Legrand.
Yeah, we saw it just a moment ago, but Legrand's able to reach back, get another mile-an-hour or 2 in that fastball, and he wants to.
Two.
That is just keeping it out of harm's way, down and away from those strong arms of Byron Smith. You know he's trying to hunt something up that he can attack.
Popped up. Cuvion is there to make the catch. And a laser back to second base.
Number 23.
Just a shade underneath this one off that end of the bat. We've talked about the home run power that's present in both of these lineups. Byron Smith just a shade underneath this one. Cuvion there to corral it.
John Hayes was able to get Texas West on the board. Their lone run driven in off his bat. His only other time up in the second on a single to left. One. Starkville trying to throw up a 0 and help their chances in the top of the 6th. 6-inning games in Little League. One-two. Paying a lot of attention to the dancing Ace Crater at first.
Get a look at this pitch, just falling from the sky. Had Hayes way out in front. 65 pitches in, Legrand still looking sharp.
There's a little Bo Bichette in John Hayes.
I see it.
Watch his front hip.
I see it.
The torque that he gets with his hips.
Oh, yeah.
Down on strikes. And there's 2 down.
Now, Taze LeGrand really seems to have kind of found a second wind in the second half of the ballgame. Has been sharp from the get-go, but we've really kind of seen another level for him. He's really found that breaking ball. Talked about the extra velo he's gone to get, but you got a big bat to deal with here in Owen Leal.
Leal smokes it to the left side. A 2-out single. 2-on for the Midway All-Stars. His second hit of the Southwest Regional.
Yeah, he continues to just be all business over there. Coach, you asked me to keep it going. I kept it going.
Here's big 8-8. Hugh Hess. A.K.A. Hugh Deeney. That runs in, and it's 2-0. 70 pitches for LeGrand. Hoping that he will have an opportunity to pitch a bottom of the 6th. It will require runs by Mississippi after they get this 3rd out. In there for the strike, 2-1.
Home crowd doesn't like it, but it's a nice job of staying in the count for Taze LeGrand. You talk about the opportunity to try and finish this game out. 71 pitches now. If you don't retire this hitter, you start to creep towards that 85 mark.
Do you think Hugh knows who Gary Sheffield is?
Well, judging by what we just saw, potentially.
Look at the bat waggle.
Gary never had a bat that was that cool, though.
Sure moved it fast. Oh, now he's going quiet with the bat. Here's the bunt. And that was take all the way. Loading. Cal Turner.
Cal Turner.
Arguably the biggest moment of the game. And we're going to have a timeout. And here comes Jace Abraham. Can only imagine what these words will be from Jace. Maybe the most memorable thing that Jace says to his boys all summer long is happening right now.
These are those moments you go through all the practices, all the tournaments, district sectionals, the state tournament. Bases juiced with 2 outs here. You got a chance to get yourselves back into the dugout for your second comeback win in less than 24 hours, but you got some work left to do.
And that conversation is less about strategy and more about belief.
Absolutely.
I believe in you boys. Taze, I believe in you right here. You're the guy for this moment. 1-run lead for Texas West. Ball one. What a pitch. 1-1 by LeGrand.
He continues to just show the discipline on that outer half of the plate. Seen the misses start to be up a little bit here in this 5th inning.
I'm so impressed by these boys' composure in a moment like this. They know what's on the line. They know the magnitude. And a heck of a job by Easton Jackson.
Now, you got to think at this point, Cal Turner's looking for something out over the plate.
This conversation with Easton Jackson worked last time they got together. LeGrand came back and had some giddy up. Striking out Blaine Vardaman in the 4th.
That's 10 2/3 innings of work between those two in the last 24 hours for Starkville. Jackson with a gem last night. LeGrand doing it here today.
Hit hard. The play again made by a diving Nolan Rodehaver. That is clutch. I don't care what side you're cheering for. These boys coming up when the pressure is on. This is awesome to see. Out of way. Since 2003, teams representing Texas West are 42-0 when leading going into the 6th inning. And that's where we are right now. Byron Smith on the mound, trying to close this thing out for Texas West, avoid elimination, and keep the dream of a trip to Williamsport alive. It has been a dream summer for the Starkville Little League All-Stars. Heartbreak in day number 1 with a loss against Louisiana. They bounced back strong last night with an epic comeback win against Arkansas. George Pounds will lead off. Last time up, picked up his first hit in 3 games here in Waco. And that's up top, 2-0.
Now, the best thing about this situation offensively for Starkville is you don't have to do a whole lot of work to get the tying run to the plate. You've already got him there.
This is take all the way. Chase Abraham doesn't even have to signal to George Pounds. He knows what to do. And that is going to be a leadoff 4-pitch walk. And how about the height that he got on the back toss back to the dugout?
Oh, they recognize the moment. I mean, and this is, again, you talked about that mound visit just a half inning ago. They understand what's at stake. You're playing for a spot in the Little League World Series, and you're trying to survive to tomorrow. Survive in advance is the name of the game right now for both of these clubs.
Here's Penn Patrick. That's out, and it's 1-0.
And you're on automatic take mode right now. Force Byron Smith to bring one in the strike zone.
That's out, and it's 2-0. Remember, Lincoln Boston had struck out 6 in a row before he was pulled. And Coach Simsky will come to the mound for a conversation.
I think that's pretty good timing on this one, too. Just anything else to break up the rhythm. And I think the nature of it, Lo, very similar to what you were just talking about with Jace Abraham. This is more about belief than any sort of tactical discussion here.
Byron Smith has not pitched a lot. His appearance earlier in this tournament was the first time he's pitched this summer, coming off an arm injury. So this is just his second appearance of the summer. Well-timed visit, the response from Smith, and it's 2-1. Pounds tried to read it into the dirt. Last thing you want, though, is to be thrown out trying to take second when you are the most important player on the field right now. Full count. Chopped to the left side. Vardaman on the run, makes the play, but the tying run moves up to second base.
Yeah, it works like a sacrifice bunt for Starkville. You get your tying run into scoring position. Now you're going to have a couple opportunities for a base knock to tie up this game.
Here's Hayes Thompson, strike one.
And now you're settled into the inning. You're not necessarily in any sort of take situation. You're looking for a pitch up that you can hunt, that Hayes Thompson can put a good swing on.
Strike two. Smith delivers. Simsky checks the runner, fires to first, and they keep him at second. That is as well as you can play that by Pierce Simsky.
Defense just continuing to shine, and as you've noted, Lowell, the moment not too big for any one of these guys out there right now. Hometown crowd is going to be on its feet trying to will Byron Smith to this third out.
Grady Ulrich is only 11 years old, so I'm finding his focal point on his bat. Couple of big breaths on his way up. Is there a little more magic left in the boys from Starkville? Aldridge up the middle. Simsky loses it. They thought about sending the runner. He goes back. And here we go. Runners on the corners.
Now Pierce Simsky up the middle right now, keeping this a 1-0 ball game. Now gets away from him. He doesn't make the play, but he keeps that ball on the dirt, which is the most important thing about this play for Midway. Heads up base running by George Pounds out there as he rounded third base, able to get back in. And how about this? Caden Abraham coming to the dish.
Coach's son almost did it down the right field line. Caden was born at 27 weeks old, was 2 pounds when he was born, spent 4 months and 2 days in the hospital before he was able to go home. And a great fight by Caden.
You can see how juiced up he is right now. He's gotten his back to a couple of those. Can he make an adjustment, stay in the count? On the other side of things, Byron Smith, you have one more big pitch that you can pull out here.
This kid is fighting. Out of the way, Caden. There's Dad looking on. Check swing. Called, third strike. And Texas West will get the win. Dad consoles son, his oldest of 4. Caden, you battled, man. You battled.
That's what this whole game is about. An instant classic again, and this Starkville bunch has been involved in 3 of them now in as many days. Yeah, these are those games. It's just a bummer that somebody's got to be on the wrong side of again. And how many times have we said that? That's the great thing about this tournament.
Man, it's a dad that's coached his kid for a long time. I can't talk in a moment like that.
You see Jace Abraham talking to his son, telling him how proud of him he is. That is what it's all about. And that's what baseball is at this level. This is when you fall in love with the game. You learn how to move through the wins and the losses. And it may be the last game of the season for Starkville, but they've got plenty to take from it. We'll get to see the boys from Midway again. They continue to hang on.
Yeah, impressive performance, winning a tight one here. They looked the part. And man, that was a battle by Caden. It's all good, kid. It's all good. This is awesome. So we obviously have a member of the Leal family here with the big head, and he was motioning for a smile, which we've been looking for all week. But man, that's tough with Jace Abraham and his son there. But if you coach this game, wow, you coach your boy, you know what those emotions are like. Connor, you're going to have to take this one, man.
Yeah, you get a look at the updated standings. You know, the semifinals becoming set. Louisiana, Texas East, Oklahoma, and Texas West, your representatives that make it to the Final Four here. Oklahoma and Texas West will play tomorrow. Here's what the semifinals will look like as we move into these latter stages of this Southwest Regional. Texas East, Louisiana. That will be Sunday, 4 Eastern. That's tomorrow. Loser of that game will play the winner of Oklahoma versus Texas West. So some moving parts there, but we know our Final Four teams.
Connor Wanhanen, an unbelievable job by you. It was a ball working with you here in Waco, Texas, and I look forward to doing more games with you in the future.
An absolute pleasure. You mentioned our whole crew, and this has been fantastic. You guys are going to take it the rest of the way. What a pleasure.
For Connor Wanhanen, I'm Loa Galindo. Congratulations to the All-Stars from Midway Little League, and what a run for the boys from Starkville. Texas West wins 1-0. The fight continues for the boys from Midway.